Okay, so with Marvel, I guess, officially starting the ad campaign for Avengers Doomsday, they've started to roll out some trailers for some of the characters, and I think if the rumors are to be believed for some of the factions. But while we're getting trailers for the various characters and factions, the person I want to hone in on today is going to be Thor. Thor, the god of thunder, goat of thunder, if you will. He's had a really rough journey in the MCU. Excuse me, the MCU. He's lost his home, his hammer, all of his people. And that's just talking about in universe. Culturally, Thor and Hulk are going band for band for who can be the most mismanaged, misrepresented, just most missed opportunities of any character adapted ever. Dramatic, yes, but like you see what they've done with them. Thor should never have been given to somebody who didn't like the character. Okay, so wait, let me say this first. It's okay if you don't like the character. I get that he was kind of niche before, his movies started coming out. But he shouldn't have been given to somebody who at least didn't have any good ideas on what he thought the character needed to improve. It's like, okay, this character baffles you. Okay, what are you suggesting be done by that? Oh, you want to throw in a bunch of corny ass jokes? That's going to make the character better? Okay. Get this guy out of here, please. Yeah, Thor should never have been left with Taika and whoever wrote that movie with absolutely no oversight. We got an absolutely awful movie. Let's see, it's like you've got 4 Thor movies, one of which was absolutely awful, one of which is actually really pretty decent and extremely underrated, I would say. Another one which is just really lackluster and just missed the mark. And then the last one, which is extremely enjoyable, but kind of overrated and isn't actually a good Thor movie. It's just a comedy. And I'm not going to say which is which. I want to see if y'all can decipher that. But I don't say all of that to just shit on the MCU because that's a popular thing to do now. I say that because I care about the characters and I want to see them improve. And they could have been so much better. I mean, I want you to really think about this for a second. You have a character who is not only foundational to Marvel and Marvel Comics, but who is also attached to a mythology that is foundational to an entire genre, that being fantasy as a whole. Like, they fumbled the bag. That's not on the source material. That's on the creators who continuously fumbled the characters. But I say all of that to say this. With him being so mishandled throughout the MCU, I'm a little apprehensive of where they might be going with his character in this next film. The trailer led to a lot of speculation and rumors going around. There's leaks everywhere. Some of which I like, some of which I'm like, ugh. I really hope that they don't do that. But here are a few things that I hope they don't do with Thor in Avengers Doomsday. Number 1, okay, I hope we don't get Rune King Thor. Gasp. But what do you mean? You don't want to see Rune King Thor, but it's Rune King Thor. You don't want to see that? Yeah, no, not like this. Yes, listen. Rune King Thor is amazing. It's awesome. It was the culmination of Thor's journey in the comics, In the comics, that was the culmination of Thor's journey, his purpose to destroy the cycle of Ragnarok. Okay, that was like it was a really big deal, okay? Like a superhero actually accomplishing the thing that they set out to do. Like Thor actually did the thing. And to be frank, Doom isn't worthy of that. I know some Doom stands are probably gonna come at me, but yeah, no, he's not worthy of that. He isn't that high up on the threat. At least in the comics, he wasn't. Like, he didn't warrant that level of power from Thor. But yeah, Thor is mostly able to handle him in base, so I feel like if he became Rune King Thor, that would just be way too much Doomglaze for me. And listen, we don't know how powerful this version of Doom is going to be. I think I saw an article, this might have just been speculation, saying that he could like break reality or something like that. And it's like, okay, if he is stronger than Thanos, then yes, I can see Thor warranting a power up, of course. But I hope that's just him obtaining the Odin Force, or maybe even mastering it, because I feel like that would be more suited to this movie in a general sense, because Thor becoming the Rune King Thor in the comics, that was a very specific thing for his journey. This wasn't something that should just be thrown out for any kind of story arc, any kind of villain. That was something that he had to do for his journey. I don't want to see it just wasted and just like thrown out just to hype up the villain. And don't get me wrong, I completely understand that Doom is going to be presented as a brutal, cunning, and powerful individual that everyone from across the Marvel multiverse is going to have to come together to try to take down. And more than likely, we are going to get God Emperor Doom, maybe at the end of Doomsday, or eventually more likely during Secret Wars. So Thor is going to need some kind of power up, yes, to contend with him and take him down. But Rune King Thor specifically is for a very specific storyline in Thor's mythos that had nothing to do with Doom. Okay, so just trying to plunder that, pluck it out of that storyline and throw it over here just because of the name. Nah, I'm not rocking with that. Alright, so number 2 is going to be semi-dependent. And I'm going to get to why it's semi-dependent but later on. But I don't want to see unworthy Thor. I don't want... Listen, real long-time Thor fans, real Thor fans know that worthiness storylines are the bane of his existence. It is the most low-hanging fruit that a writer could think to come up with. Not even come up with, like, because... obviously, they're not coming up with shit if they're having to rehash another worthiness storyline, because it not only stagnates the character, but it oftentimes, and they end up having to regress him to make him fit in this really narrow kind of story that they keep coming up with. It's really annoying to see them I'd say lazy people, hyper focus on that one pillar of his character. Yes, it is a pillar of his character, but it's one aspect, just one. I mean, there's themes of honor, duty, war, sacrifice, fate. This guy's been alive for thousands of years. You don't think he's seen some things? You don't think even during his more arrogant days he hasn't picked up some nuggets of wisdom? You don't think that he hasn't seen pain and loss throughout his thousands of years fighting throughout the cosmos? You don't think that he's seen the best and worst of people? Dude, the sky is the limit with this guy. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but if you look at the 70 plus years of Thor comics, the mythology, the fact that Norse mythology is foundational to fantasy as a genre, period, and you look at all of that, there's no inspiration for you, you don't know what to do, you're stuck as a creative, that's on you. Like, that is fully on you. That is not on the characters because they're boring or one-dimensional. No, that is fully on you. You fucked up. They fucked them over. But to get back to the part I said earlier about how it kind of depends on how they adapt, how they might kind of adapt an unworthy Thor. If they take his character more from the Hickman run, if I believe, I think I remember that correctly, during like his kind of during Jonathan Hickman's run, then I might kind of feel a little better about that, because even though Hickman had Thor during some of his unworthy era, he still found a way to make him badass. So if they can take some of the aspects of Thor's character from I think it was Time Runs Out, if they can take the aspects of his character from that story and not his mainline series during that time, then I'll feel a little better about it. Okay, last thing. Stick with me, we're almost done. Really quick, I hope they keep Thor's warrior spirit. Okay, I hope they don't try to strip him of his warrior spirit. What do I mean by that? I know some of you are like, ah, they've already done with it. It's like, all is not lost. Relax. So what do I mean by that? So I think we know by now that Thor is going to have a fight with Doom. I haven't read the leaks or anything like that. Just kind of skimmed over some headlines that I saw, and apparently Thor is going to have a, quote, brutal fight with Doom at some point during the movie. And basically, I hope they don't try to punk him. Like, I hope they don't try to, like, have him crying or, like, making a bunch of, like, shocked faces just to hype up Doom. Don't do anything corny or cringy. It's like, yeah, I get you want to hype up the villain, but I don't want to see Thor brought massively outside of himself to do that. I think that would just be, like, low-hanging fruit to do. Like, I don't, yeah, no. And I know a lot of people were talking about the aspect of the trailer of, like, why is Thor praying? Why is the strongest Avenger praying for strength? That has people worried. Like, is he scared? Like, what's going on with that? I'd say, slow down. Got a little too much dip on your chip. We've seen Thor pray for strength when he knows he's going into a big battle before. And honestly, I think that he knows that this is going to be probably one of the greatest battles that he's ever fought in. And I think at this time in his life, he actually really kind of has something to lose. Not saying that he never had anything to lose, but like he's already lost so much. And his daughter, his adopted daughter, Love, means so much to him. I think he's actually not really scared for himself, but like scared to lose her. Like what if he falls in battle, or what if something happens to her? I don't think he's scared of Doom or scared to get hurt or anything like that. I think he's just scared to lose like the one aspect of his life that has brought him some peace now, you know? But either way, Thor's not going down without a fight. I know that as much. Alright, video over. Goodbye now. Yeah.
I'm doing this my way.